ladies and gents. Just stand in the garage. Got new foot pegs in the mail. These are the Fastway Adventure by Pro Moto Billet. So you get the pegs, you get the adapters, and you get all the little screws that go on the pegs. So I'm going to rip these out. Just give me a second. And these are what is coming off. These are the stock pegs. And from what I'm reading, it looks like I'll be able to lower and pull these back about 3/4 of an inch. So we'll see what I can do here. So here's the two pegs. Comes with all the screws. Now my understanding is there's two different lengths, so if you want to put short along the front and back and put long ones in the middle, that'll work. It'll help give you a little more grip in the middle of your foot. Or you can put them all short, all long. I'll figure that out once I kind of dig into the package. And just to compare the two, so significantly longer out from the bike, and let me see if I can set that over there, get a good shot. Significantly wider than what's on there right now. So hopefully those days where you're standing up for quite a while, it gives a little better platform, a little better grip. Not going to slide off, but we'll see what happens. Look at all the pieces that come in the box. So I'm going to go inside, sit at the table, and start Loctiting all these little screws in and see if I can figure out how I want it set up. And then we'll come back and put them on the bike. Alrighty, so ran into a little bit of a snag. It's going to be a little bit difficult to see. When you flip the stock pegs up, there's this bracket in here, and that keeps them from going up any further, so you can get your foot on them and flip them back down. But when I pull that out, pull that pin out, peg comes off, we get our new left peg. It should go in like that. That plate's in the way, so that's problematic. So I'm going to just take the grinder, just take those two pieces off right there, and we should be good to go. So clear everything out of the way. By the way, these pegs to come off, there's one little C-clip and that's it. That's all there is to get them off of there. So that's easy enough to remove them. That takes no time at all. Took more time trying to put the cleats in than anything else. Alright, so this is where I'm at. So we zip that little piece out of there. It has to go right down flush to the bottom. This is if you're doing the setting the pegs back. So it's got to be flush down with the bottom. If you're doing them regularly, then it have to be flush up with the top. You can leave the opposite side down a little bit. That's not a problem. Now, I ran into a little bit of a problem. So the whole reason I like these pegs is, one, because they're bigger. The other thing is they still come back like every other peg should. So if you hit something, they roll back. Well, if you have them down in the lowered position, when you go to tilt them back, they only come back about halfway, and then they start catching. So I just took the grinder and just took that edge off just a little bit, just to give it enough play. So I'm just going to set the camera down for a second. Stick that pin in. So now if you look at that, it goes back and forth, no problem. Not going to hit anything. When it comes to the bottom, it's actually bottoming out against this plate, so that's where it's supposed to stop, right there. Now on the other side, there's a little screw here. So that has your shims on it. So right now, if you look at that, it's sitting up too high. It's quite a bit when it comes out to the end. It's kind of hard to tell on the video as far as how far the bike's out. So I'm just going to start playing with that and taking shims out, and I'll start at nothing and then build up. Now some people like them towed in just a little bit. Myself, I want them almost square right to the bike, so I'm going to have to take quite a few shims out of there. So I'll just start working on that. You test this before putting the spring on. That way you don't have any problems with you're not fighting the spring the whole time. That's looking pretty good. I think I'm going to go to one smaller. Now it looks like there's 2 thicker ones and 2 thinner ones, so I'm going to go to just one of the thin ones. I'll post in the comments once I get out and actually test this out and see how it feels. It's kind of hard sitting in the garage to be able to say 100%, but once I test ride it on the trails and see how it feels, I should be able to say how many that it took for it to sit square to the bike. That looks a little bit better. So I think I'll go with that. Alright, so pegs are on, springs in place, everything looks good, comes back, returns basically where it's supposed to be. I've got one of the smallest shims on there. I'll have to tighten that up before I'm done. So you just throw that spring on. It's a little bit of a fight to get it back on. Get that pin in. Once you get the pin in, just throw the retaining clip on the back side and you're all set up. So that's what the left hand side looks like. There you can see it. Piece that I ground off there. I'll take them off probably in the next couple days once I get everything set, and I'll paint that up so it doesn't get any surface rust on it. Clean it up a little bit with a fine brush. Alright, ladies and gents, that is the Fastway Adventure pegs. I've got the short screws on the outside, the long ones in the middle, so I think those are 10 mil and those are 12 mil screws, and I've got one of the smallest washers in for a spacer. So I'm just going to hop on and go for a quick test ride and we'll see how it works. So I just went for a quick test ride. So like I said, they're the Pro Moto Billet Adventure pegs. Got them in black. Get them in a whole bunch of different colors. Put my motocross boots on, because that's what I normally wear when I ride. Unless I'm just going to work, and then it's about 50-50, whether it's that or a pair of good work boots. But went through a little bit of double track in the sand, and let me tell you, it's a million times better. When you're standing up, you've got a lot more control of the bike. It's a lot more comfortable. You've got control over your stance. You're not, normally I'm fiddling with my feet, sliding them forward, sliding them back. I can plant my feet in one spot and not have to worry about them. There's no slippage whatsoever. Ladies and gents, I don't know if you can see them, I doubt it. I got my foot bags put on. And let me tell you, I just did about an hour of sand, off-road, really loose gravel, etc., etc. And let me tell you, they make a huge difference. When I'm sitting there, typically the bike's, you know, skating all over the place, which it was doing today, but you don't feel like your feet are moving anywhere. You don't feel like you're going to fall off the pegs. And they have such a big platform that you feel like you can stand on them all day long. They're just, it's unreal. Sorry if I get your Prius dirty. So to stand up on these and to put your feet where you want them, before with the pegs, I felt like I had to move them around all the time. When I have my, when I'm riding on my ATV and I gotta stand or anything like that, I like to stand on the balls of my feet and really be able to push on my feet to throw the bike around. Well, sometimes with the bike, I'm not quite comfortable enough to do that and not have control. So when you gotta stand a little bit more into the arch of your foot, it makes your foot tired, your foot sore. Sometimes it's just hard to reach the controls. With these pegs, there's none of that. Like, I could stand on these all day and not have a problem. They're just comfortable. Now, right now I've got the 10 mil screws front and back and the 12 in the middle. And with the arch of the boot and everything, not a problem whatsoever. See if I can avoid hitting a tree. It would help if I make a decision before I get to the tree which side I'm gonna go. So, I don't know what else I can say about these pegs. I'm gonna probably do a review on them in another few trips. Wait until I get a couple days where I'm fully off-road. Where I'm spending, you know, a couple hours standing. Then I'll have a little better idea, but I don't know what else I can add to them. I think they're gonna be great. I think they're pricey. Don't get me wrong with that. But I couldn't find anything else that was just as wide as these that gave you that stance and it was going to be comfortable. Anyways, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. See you next time.